Hello my friends, welcome back to a different tutorial. This is just something I wanted to share with you as I was going because I had this big abstract painting in my hallway inside and I just got kind of tired of looking at it, so I wanted to change it. And so what I done was, you can probably see some of the old one. I just gave this a quick coat of white undercoat basically, and I coated the entire canvas. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be because I'm painting another abstract over this. And you know, I just kind of got tired of looking at the same color on the abstract all the time. I was going to just change some of the color, but I thought, look, I'm going to just do something completely different. And I thought, why not bring you along and show you the process, give you some inspiration, let's say. So it's a big canvas I made myself. It's about, I don't know, 50 inches high, something like that, by 2 foot wide. I stressed it myself just with an offcut of a canvas roll, and it's a heavy canvas, very heavy. So you can go over. I just wanted to show you that when you finish a painting and it's there for a couple of months on the wall, you don't have to go and buy a new canvas and start a new painting. Just paint over it, okay, basically. So I'm going to try something different. I had a lot of red on this with black and white. What I'm going to do is try and brighten the hall. I want to brighten my hallway a little. It's very dark up there. So I'm going to go with sort of nice complementary colors. So my plan is to put a lot of kind of blue up in one corner, rich, warm, purpley blue up in one corner. Then maybe like a grey with white going through, and some rich gold and yellows kind of as an accent, so complementing. Now, I am going to use kind of a cloud technique, so lots of cloud kind of movements with the blues, the whites, the greys, and a bit of yellow going through it. So what I'm also going to use is, I have some here, I found this in my garden shed. It's some gold paint, okay? It's just regular oil-based gold paint for wood and metal, that kind of thing. It's oil-based, so it doesn't matter. I can use it on an oil painting. And I just wanted to show you that, you know, you can use whatever you have at hand as long as it's oil-based. With oils, you can use it. If you have any kind of silver or gold or something like that, you can pop it through an abstract. No problem. It's absolutely fine. So let's go and have a bit of fun with this. Let's see what I can create. I kind of looked at a couple of reference photographs last night just to get some ideas. I don't like kind of copying things exactly, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to go with it and see how it flows and let the brush do the work. All right, let's try and create something nice. And I made a nice frame for this as well, a silver frame. So I'm going to dampen. I have some colors here, just a mixed match of colors, okay? Blue, pink, black, white, a little bit of Naples yellow, that kind of thing. Let's start and have a bit of fun. Let's see what we can create. Nice big abstract, something simple for a change. I'm going to start with all the blues up in that corner. So lots of turpentine, phthalo blue, and some magenta. And I'd say this is going to take a huge amount of paint. It really is. So I'm going to be using lots of turpentine in this as well. So I've taken some magenta, some phthalo blue. I'll probably have to refill my palette a good few times in this. Let's just try and see. Ah, now that's a nice rich blue, isn't it? I like that. I like that. By the way, I coated this canvas with just a thin layer of linseed oil on its own, just with a cloth. I gave it a quick rub with linseed oil, and you can see it's really helping the paint move along. Look at that, it's brilliant. When I first stretched this canvas, it was so dry, the paint was soaking right in, and I was here for ages and ages and ages trying to cover the canvas. But this little layer of oil just makes a huge difference. It really does. Now I'm just going to go like this first. I just want to fill in the blue, just cover it all in. That's my main objective, just to cover it all in with a big kind of a swirl. I want to do a big swirly kind of a blue up here, then a bit of a gold, and then kind of a grey with some white going through it. That's the effect I want. So I suppose the eye-catching colour in this will be the blue against the gold, a kind of a yellowy gold. So I want to create something very eye-catching for the hallway, for the big wall. Phthalo blue, look at that. Beautiful colour. I hope my canvas doesn't move around on me here now. It could be interesting to see this moving around and falling on the floor. That would make a nice tutorial, wouldn't it? Imagine that, huh? A little bit of magenta going through there as well. Just like that. And I know this may kind of seem laborious at the beginning, just covering canvas with undercoat, but I promise, once we get into this now in about 5 or 10 minutes, we're really going to start having some fun with the canvas, okay? So I've my bit of blue there now. That's kind of what I want, I suppose. I'm going to go into some white, and I'm simply going to just go pop some white in there. The white will immediately thicken it up, and I'm just going to simply go around in little circles. I think that's probably all I need to do, really. Go around in little circles just to make it interesting, okay? A little bit of magenta but white in there. And I'm simply now just picking up my white without any turpentine, okay? Because the paint that's on the canvas is wet enough, really. So rather than just having lots of brush marks like this, let's just go around in little circles and see what we can do. If we can create something interesting to look at. So an impression of clouds. Little impression of some clouds up in the sky on an abstract. You see a lot of that these days, don't you, on abstract paintings, like a giant cloud or something like that. I like that, that's nice. It's really just, I suppose, create some interest on the painting. Now I would say to you, look, try it. Sometimes you get kind of bored and tired of painting landscapes and still lifes and all that kind of thing. I really like to sometimes just let loose with something like this and just have a bit of fun on a canvas. Slap some colour on that canvas and away you go, you know. It's really, really good for the mind, and it's very good for your brush technique and all that kind of stuff. It really does help. Now let me just stand back and take a look. How is that? Okay, that's a nice rich blue we have up there. I'll go in with some phthalo blue on its own, I think, and some magenta, pure phthalo blue magenta, and I'm going to just pop some of that in there. Now it's an abstract, so we can do what we like. We don't have to follow any rules whatsoever, okay? It's entirely up to ourselves. This is our painting. I'll pop a little bit of dark blue in there. Let's go some dark phthalo blue inside there. Pop it in. And the idea I'm trying to create is just that lovely complementary colour. So the rich blue and the pinks against a bit of a gold. So I want to kind of get that sense. I'll just go down as far as here, look, that's all. And we step back. It's a good idea to kind of step back and take a good look from a distance, because you can see where you're going with it and decide if you wish to change something, or if you like the way a particular brush stroke is falling on the canvas. It's a good idea just to step back. Now I'm just going to go into some white. Let's get some white and just pop a little white down in here, look. It's all about movement on the canvas, movement, stuff moving around. That's all it is. That's what I'm trying to create. And we can go along and we can soften it if we wish with our soft brush, or you can just leave all these brush strokes. It's up to yourself. Let's get a bit down here like that. Go up along the edge of that there. Hop another little bit. And I really just want to have a bit of fun with this. I had an abstract on this. It was there for months and months, just sitting on the wall. And, you know, every time I was walking past the painting, looking at it, I was thinking to myself, you know, it's just not grabbing me. It's not catching my attention. There's just something about it. It was a lovely painting as it was. It would have, I'm sure many people would have loved to have something like that on their wall. But for me, when I was walking past it every day, looking at it, it just didn't catch me. It just, I didn't feel anything. So I just said I have to take it down and paint something over it, completely different, a different colour scheme altogether. So I thought, yeah, let's just, it's good, I think, to keep going like that, keep changing things around. Now, okay, we have that. I want to have a lot of kind of gold going through it, just on one corner here. So I think maybe a couple of whites and greys up there might be no harm. I'm just going to clean my brush really quickly. I have some blue on this already, but it's not too bad. I'll go to some black and some white. And I'm going to pop a little touch of grey here and there. Look, just pop that in there. Oh, you see, it's very, I should have really put a couple of screws in this just to keep it in place, but I didn't. I completely forgot. But it's okay, it's no harm. I just won't lean as hard on the brush. I'm just going to pop a little bit of grey through there, and I'm just going to go into then some white, I think, just some white on its own. And just pop a little white in there. And that will just create lots of different shades of grey, basically. Even some Naples yellow, look. Let's get some Naples yellow in there. Give you a warm grey. Clean off that brush, look, it's all down by the end of the brush. Let's give it a good clean. And again, some white. And I'm also going to do some swirls, some kind of swoops with the brush. So when I get down, I'm going to swoop it like this as well, just to create lots of drama on the canvas. All right? Just try different things, have a bit of fun. All right, just like that. Look, let's get some really nice sort of swoops coming down like that, creating some lovely movement on the canvas. Pick up some white and some Naples yellow and pop some of that in there, look. Now I don't want any kind of greens in this, so I need to be careful. I want to kind of focus on 3 colours really. I don't want too much green on the canvas, and mixing Naples yellow with the blue is going to create a lot of green. So I want to be careful. I don't want too much green on this. I'm also going to be mixing the blue in with the kind of goldy colours in a moment as well. So I want to be a little cautious. Put a little bit of, in fact, you know what I am going to do? I'm going to take some pink with some white. I'm going to pop a little bit of pink and white in just here and there through that line, look. And we can soften it in then to the blue. Make it nice and soft. There we go. Pop a little bit out here as well. Just really having a bit of fun there with this brush. Look at that. And I really don't know where it's going to go. I'm just letting my brush fly around on the canvas and have some fun. I don't know what's going to happen in this. There we are, look at that, lovely. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of people are just kind of dead set on painting landscapes. But I think when you do something like this, it just loosens up your mind and it opens up your brush and your hands and everything like that. It just makes so much of a difference. It really does. Get some of that nice pink down there. Look at that. I like that now. That's nice. Nice complementary colours. Pinks, blues, golds, yellows, greys, all that kind of stuff. But I don't want too much of it. I want to create a little bit of structure on the painting. So I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. So let's get that now. Soften that in there like that. And go over here. Bring that in. Soften it all over your little swirls with the brush. Look, round and round and round. All the way around. Softening it all in, but I'm kind of leaving some shape, some direction on the canvas as well. I like that, so I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to soften it all in completely, if you know what I mean. I'm going to leave some direction, particularly that blue coming down like that. That's quite nice, I like that. So I leave that and go up here. This is only the beginning. I'm going to be using my palette knife as well very soon and putting some kind of thick white paint on there as well with the palette knife. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. I just hope you're going to sit down, relax, have a coffee, enjoy the tutorial. and you know, just see something coming alive on the canvas. Okay, I'll go down around here, I suppose. And I want to leave room for that kind of goldy yellow as well. I don't want to paint too much over the canvas. I'll put some nice bright white and grey and soft Naples yellow, that kind of thing down here. I think for me, the most important part is covering the canvas. Once the canvas is kind of covered with a base coat, it's easy enough then to just pop colours on and mix colours around. But kind of getting all this dryish canvas covered really, for me, is number one. I need to get that done. Bit of pink. Right there, a bit of blue going through that, that's fine. My white is gone again, I need to top up with more white. It's amazing how much white we go through in painting like this, isn't it? We go through tubes and tubes of the stuff. It's really a lot. There we are, like that. Take some white, go over that blue there. Creating this direction. There we go, look at that. Up there. Alright. Now I think I'm going to go with some rich kind of Naples yellowy grey hues down here. And I'm going to just go around the little circles, pop some of that in there like that. And I'm also going to put in some kind of darker shades of grey as well. Maybe, let me see, some Naples yellow with some black. Just go like that, look. There we go. Soften it around. So we're kind of having a bit of fun, just having some loose fun with all of this. There's always a chance I could ruin it, always. Very easy to ruin a painting as well. You know, just need to be careful. I don't want to go absolutely crazy with, I don't want to kind of clash. I don't want too many colours clashing in this. So I just want to be a little bit careful. So I'm going to leave now. I have enough of those greys and blacks and stuff like that. I don't want to go too crazy with greys and blacks. I want to kind of get lots of whites in there and Naples yellows. And then I'll be putting in some nice gold, nice rich goldy colours. So let's, now I want to tone down some of this. So some white and Naples yellow. I'm going to pop that up here just to tone down some of those darks, okay? Tone them down ever so slightly. Again, Naples yellow with white. Lots of thick paint, okay? Don't be shy. Alright, so I'm kind of happy with that blue so far. I'm going to take some more white and I'm going to pop some of that in through this pink, just soften that out slightly. I don't want it kind of jumping out of the canvas too much. And I'm going to be putting gold in around here then very soon. Now I'm also going to use my palette knife very soon as well. I want to create some texture with my palette knife. I think if you're looking for a very random effect on a canvas, I think the palette knife is probably the easiest way of doing it. Now I'm going to go up here and let me see. I'm going to bring some swirls down through that there. Like so. Clean the brush. And let's pop some more of those circulars in around the top. And I'm going to soften this together on as well, don't worry. Let me just get some tissue. I need some fresh tissue in my hand. Okay, let's get some swirls like that, look. And it's always evolving, isn't it? It's always changing. You know, it's every minute it's changing, it looks different. And that's the nice thing about abstracts. You know, you can just be free and have lots of fun. There's no formula, really. It's just, if it looks good, if you think it looks nice and it looks balanced, that's probably the key to having something look nice on a wall. If it's balanced, it needs to be nicely balanced. Okay, and go up here. Now, I'm thinking palette knife next. I think in order to just get some nice, real nice texture, I think a palette knife would really help. So I'm going to go up here, look, and I'll just scrape some white into this up here. I'll try another one. I think that's a little bit sharp for me. I'm going to try my other small one. Get some white on this. I'm excited about doing the gold because the gold is really going to accent all of these. So basically, get some texture flying around on your canvas. You could even create the impression of, look, some little waves coming up. When I say waves, just the direction of waves. See what I mean? And just really have some fun. Let your mind free, just let your mind go loose and just... It's very difficult to explain when you're painting an abstract what you're feeling and how you're feeling. It's one of those things where you just have to let your mind go with the flow. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's very difficult to explain. I'm going to put some splash of white around here and there. And really it's about those sharp patches of colour, like this for example. Okay? Sharp, thick layers of colour that kind of catch your eye. I'm going to drag some white. I'm going to drag some white down here. And I'm going to go into that grey then as well. And I don't know how this is going to turn out. It could turn out a mess. But I do want to try. I'm not one for painting abstracts a lot of the time. You know, I don't paint them every week or anything like that. It's only maybe once in a blue moon I would paint an abstract. And I would just feel the humour for an abstract. So, you know, I don't think it's something that can be forced. All right, that's probably what I would say. Don't try and force an abstract painting like this. Only if you feel in the mood and the mood takes you, then yes. This is all just early stages now, okay? I'm gonna have a lot of gold going through here as well. And I'm gonna soften some of it with a soft brush as well. Okay, I'll go back to my large brush for a moment. And I'm going to come down here, take some of that white and just soften that down. Just a little. I will have some very dark squiggly lines as well. Maybe a bit of black or something like that, just here and there. Flick some white up like that, look, let's get some movement. I'll go over that with a palette knife as well in a minute, just to create some more movement in that. A lot of movement, that's what I want. I'm going to come along here, and I'm going to soften. And I may even just get my soft brush and just soften all of this out completely. It depends on how I feel in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand? I may not like it, I may just end up softening everything back and just doing something even simpler over it, just a couple of marks. So it's very difficult to know where you're going in a painting like this and what you know, you kind of, as you're painting it, you think, yeah, that's nice, I like that, or this is nice, or I don't like that, I'd change that, and you get to a stage where you think, okay, I like this as it is, all of it, and then you just stop, okay? So no one knows. I don't know when I'm going to stop all of this. I'll get some more little cloud shapes up here. Just lighten it up slightly, bring them off over into the grey as well, look, just like that. Up here, soft. I don't know if you can see the top half of this canvas now, okay? I may have to zoom back slightly for you in a moment. But I think you can get the general idea of what I'm doing, what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, I'm just going to stop and stand back for a moment. Take a look at this. Now bear in mind, I'm going to have a lovely silver frame around this, a narrow floating frame. So a little strip of silver going around. And that's why the blue and the gold caught my eye, because of the strip of silver going around it. I think it was really eye-catching. Right, I'm just going to give this brush a quick clean before I dip into some golds and yellows and all that kind of thing, because it's going to get messy. It's going to get really messy here now very soon with some golds, and we may have some greens on the canvas. So let me just get some paint and some tissue. I have some cadmium yellow over here. I'm going to take, I hope this is fairly clean, let's go with some cadmium yellow, cadmium red, and into some naples yellow. I go into the pink down here. I want a kind of a warm gold. That's a warm gold. That's what I'm after. Let me just start with these kind of colours first, and I can work on top of them then. Just some more cadmium red, cadmium yellow. I'm kind of looking for that splash of gold on the canvas just to catch your eye. You know what I mean? I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to go too far. Even some naples yellow as well, now that will kind of soften it as it hits the blue. And I'm kind of going just very randomly. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just putting it on and hoping it looks okay. And I think that's the idea about most abstracts. Just go with the flow. If you feel it's working, keep going. And if you feel it's getting lost or it's not doing what you wanted it to do, then you kind of stop and you stand back and take a look. But yeah, it's not bad now so far, I think. You know, that disappear up in there. So you have a nice splash of blue and a splash of warm yellow going on down here. That's kind of the complementary palette I was looking for. Warm colours. Let's get some cadmium red again. Cadmium yellow. Lots of cadmium yellow and red. And let's just go down here. Like that. Take some more cadmium red. Warm it slightly. When you start seeing green, start adding some more red, look, just to cancel out that green. It really helps, it does. Okay, let me see. I might take some crimson. Tiny amount of crimson. Just to get some little bits of purple and that kind of colour in there as well. So, take a hint of crimson with some cadmium yellow. Just warm this down here slightly first. Look, it's like kind of a pinky tone. And I want to soften that then through into the grey. You see? I should be sitting down for this now really, but I'm fine. Soften it over here into the grey. So we have this lovely this kind of transferring from one colour into the other. You see that? There we go. Now, it would be lovely just to go around in circles like this over the whole painting if you want. You can do something like that. But I like kind of flicking the brush every now and then just to change it a bit. Catch the eyes as it's standing looking at the painting. Okay, now I'm going to stand back. I want to stand back and take a look at this. Yeah, I like the colours. The colours are nice. I'm happy enough with the colours. I think now I might get my soft brush for a moment and I might just soften some of it together, just here and there, create a nice soft effect, just in some parts. See, I'm kind of darting around the canvas, softening some of it in and leaving others. I think it'll help. Flick it around, side to side, up and down, just go wild. Come on, let's go wild. Flick this up here like that, look. There we go. And now, how about that? Right, the next thing I want to do now is really start darkening some of the tones in some places, all right? This is where it gets tricky and I don't want to ruin the painting completely. So, for example, I would like to maybe take some black and a little crimson, right? Maybe just go down here and just pop a little black and crimson down in here, look. And I'll soften that together then, you see? Maybe a little bit there like that. Okay, then I go up here, give that a little swirl like that, and then I'm going to soften them with a soft brush, you see, so they're not going to be standing out too much. A little bit of black down there. Okay, then I'll clean that quickly, and I'm going to get some phthalo blue. Where's my phthalo blue gone? It's around here somewhere. I think that's it back there. French ultramarine, phthalo blue. Let me get some of that. And I just want to pop some rich dark phthalo blue in. Just here and there. Maybe even a hint of crimson. So for example, just go along here like that, look. In a kind of a random pattern. You see? Maybe another little bit there. Like that. It's just whatever mood kind of takes you at the time. Now to complement it, I might just put a little bit of it down here. Just a touch. Okay, it's just kind of to help the balance of the painting, that's all. And then I'll soften that. Let's go up here and just soften those together very gently, very quickly. Don't be too fussy about it. Down here, soften it away. Big soft brush is fantastic for this, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic. So now we've lovely. So we've rich and darks and lights mixing together. Okay. Then, now let me just clean this very quickly. Have to keep everything clean, don't you? I'll take a slightly smaller brush. Let me see. Or maybe a palette knife, actually. We'll try the palette knife, again, my sharp one. Pick up some white. And, okay, let me see. Let me just scrape a little white on here and there. Just want to create some drama on the canvas, all right? A little bit of drama. Just a touch here and there. Look, just scrape it on, just leave it go over it once, okay? Like that. Scrape it on. It's very, very satisfying, I have to say. Painting like this, it's just, it kind of opens, it just sort of opens up your mind, and it helps you just calm down, enjoy it, and there's great satisfaction in this kind of painting. Okay, I'll take another little bit, and I'm just going to up like that. Look, just create some thick colours kind of flicking up like that. You know, I don't really know what I'm trying to create, but I'm just trying different things with the knife. And, you know, seeing what happens, it's really all I'm doing. I'm not trying to create anything specific. And I know when I need to stop, I think. So, right, let me just stop and take a look at this now. Yeah, I quite like that. That's not bad. I like, you see, the blue with the golds and then kind of the bits of white and greys. They really complement each other, don't they? Next, I'm going to try that gold paint that I got out of that very dirty tin I had earlier. So let me get a brush. I need a nice old brush for this now, because I don't know if this is even going to stick. Okay, for wood and metal gold paint. It's a gold kind of metal effect paint, all right? So I'm thinking really just, I don't know, let's just go for it. Look at that, huh? Let's see what we can achieve. Little bit of gold paint flicking through here and there. And this will dry normally as well, because it's oil based. So you're putting oil based on top of oil based. It doesn't really matter, okay? So it'll be fine. couple of squiggles here and there. So the gold complementing those lovely purples, pinks, and it's mixing nicely even through the oil paint itself. You know, it's mixing very nicely through it. I might go to a small pointy brush as well in a moment. Just pop a little bit of that up here. Again, we'll stand back, take a look. Okay. Pop another little bit of it. It's just thicken it up around here slightly. Now, I'm going to get a small brush. I tell you one thing, my friends, I'm going to have a lot of cleaning to do in a minute. Lots of cleaning. A little round brush, round brush. There we go, little round brush. Let's get some of that on, and let's just... Now, it's after drizzling along the canvas. That's okay, that doesn't matter. I'll just soften it in with this look. And sometimes even a little drizzle is fine. It can help. Okay, like that. I might pop a little bit through here and there. So blue against golds. I think that's a wonderful. I think it's a wonderful combination. And I'm going to just pop a little bit of it down here then as well, just to bring it along. Okay. Now, there we are. Right, I think that's enough of the gold. Actually, do you know what I might do? I might try my palette knife. Oh, that's very wet now and very runny. This will take a couple of days to dry, I reckon, my friends. Look at that. But it's worth the fun, it really is. So much fun. Okay, I'll leave it, I think. I'm afraid to overdo this and make a mess of it. There's one or two little things now that I want to do, and that is to really kind of highlight some of these. So let me get rid of that under there. So I'm going to take a little bit of black. That's my palette. I'm going to take a little bit of black on here, and I'm going to just highlight one or two of those with some black. Okay, see what I mean? Just catch your eye. Down here, maybe get one or two like that. And it's a nice abstract, I think. It's the colours, it's all about the colours that really kind of draw you in. Put a bit through there, maybe a little up there. Now I'm going to do the same with a little white, tiny bit of white paint, alright? I hope you've enjoyed this video, I really do. Something different, something a little more refreshing to watch, I think, rather than sitting down watching me painting trees and mountains all the time and all that kind of stuff. I think a nice treat. Okay, that little bit of white there, that's nice. And I may pop a little bit through here and there on that. The thick white paint on the brush, I think, look, you see that's nice and thick and it's sort of raised off of the canvas. Really captures the eye. Maybe one or two of those just there. So we almost have like a separation going through the middle, don't we? Now I didn't plan for this, I didn't think it was going to look like this. You know, I had I had slightly different visions of what it was going to look like, but you know, with an abstract it never looks like what you want it to look like. So I think we're almost there. I'm just going to pop a couple of more bits of white. Perhaps, I don't want to spoil this area. Maybe one or two whites like that. And then I'm going to take the palette knife. Where's my palette knife? I'm going to take this. Actually, I'll use my flat palette knife. Here it is. And maybe just go with some white. And kind of create some drama down here in the corner, I think, with some white. Okay. And perhaps down here, a few like that. Again, it's just to create a little texture. That's all. Maybe brighten up this area slightly with a little bit of white. Just scratch it onto your canvas. Do you know, it's all about really just having a bit of fun. Drag a bit across like that. And you know, I think, without overdoing it, I think we're probably almost done, really. So just a little bit more texture there, perhaps, and perhaps just create a little texture down here. Again, it's just kind of to catch the eye, all these little things, just to catch the eye without kind of overdoing it, if you know what I mean. So I think we're probably 99% there. Get rid of that line there, I'm not sure about that. Let's get rid of that. And bring some texture down into one corner. And I don't suppose there's not much point to me putting more paint on my palette. I think I'm pretty much finished. So just a little bit more up here like that, just to brighten up little bits of that blue just here and there. And maybe just a tiny bit of it just there as well. So now, my friends, I am fairly happy with that. I think I'll just leave it alone for fear of ruining the painting. I'm very happy with this. And there we are, voila, painting finished. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to stick this in a frame now. I have a frame made here. It's a floating frame. So I painted silver. So I think silver, now it needs to be fixed up a little bit, but I think silver around that will be quite nice. And it's going to sit along inside this timber frame. So I just used some 2x1 little silver spray can, and finished. Finito. There we go, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed watching me. A little bit of fun, something different, something uplifting, shall we say. I'll see you very soon. I'll see you next week, actually, on YouTube. Thank you so much for all the support. Let me know what you think of this, and I must think of a name for this. I don't know what to call it. Every painting needs a name, doesn't it? So let me know what you think would suit this. No, something will come to mind, I'm sure. But thank you anyway for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, my friends. God bless and happy painting.